now take you to Russia because that's where Prime Minister Narendra Modi is going to reach in just a short while on a two-day visit and to meet President Putin, which is going to be the highlight. Remember, this is very interesting. Prime Minister Modi is going to fly to Moscow in a while from now. We'll have those visuals coming in. But this is Prime Minister Modi's first visit to Russia after the Russia-Ukraine war. Prime Minister Modi will land in Moscow by the evening. He will head straight to a private dinner, I'm told, with the Russian president. But importantly, amid all of this is important. Prime Minister Modi will lay a wreath at the tomb of the unknown soldier in Kremlin during his visit. The meeting is said to be significant. It focuses on strengthening bilateral ties between the two nations. Both the leaders will discuss global security. But the focus, apart from all of this, apart from political discussions, will be on real-time payment mechanism. The use of RuPay cards in Russia, MIR cards in India, so that both, whether it's the Russian citizens or Indian citizens in respective countries, will be able to have that easy mechanism of transferring money.
Right behind me is the tomb of the unknown soldier here at the Kremlin in Moscow, Russia. The tomb of the unknown soldier. Those who made the supreme sacrifice of their lives fighting and stalling the advance of the German army in the Second World War between 1941 and 45 here. In fact, the legend is that the Russians had pulled back to an extent but stalled the German army right on the outskirts of Moscow, barely 41 kilometers away from Leningrad. And this is where a large number of Russian soldiers made the supreme sacrifice of their lives. What it says here is soul-stirring. Your name unknown, your deed immortal. In fact, when a couple gets married here in Moscow and in several parts of Russia, they actually come here to pay their respects, to pay homage to the unknown soldier. The belief is because the soldiers made the supreme sacrifice of their lives, that the next generation and future generations in Russia are able to live and carry forward their lives. This is truly a national pilgrimage site here in Russia. When any head of state and government, when they come here to Moscow, they first pay their respects, their homage at the tomb of the unknown soldier, and then the official visit starts. At the Kremlin in Moscow, Gaurav Sawant for India Today. Prime Minister Narendra Modi's first bilateral visit after his re-election as Prime Minister for the third term is to Russia. And this sends out a very important message, not just to Russia, but across the world. And this is the message that the world is watching at this stage. It's a shot in the arm for Russia, and President Putin is rolling out the red carpet for Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Extensive interaction, extensive engagement, whether it's on oil, defense cooperation, reviewing the entire gamut of relationship, or sorting out the issues that are there, whether it's rupee-ruble trade or people-to-people contact, or to take the economy forward, engagement on the economic front. All of these will be discussed, all of these will be on the table with an aim of finding a solution to some of these problems. The trade imbalance, $60 billion worth of exports from Russia to India, just about $5 to $6 billion worth of export from India to Russia. So that's one major imbalance that India seeks to address in this scenario at a time when Indian businesses are slightly hesitant to invest in Russia given the sanctions regime that the West has imposed. So this relationship is not just about taking the relationship between India and Russia to the next level, strengthening it even further, but also to figure out how the world can perhaps look to become more peaceful. India is not mediating between Russia and Ukraine. That's not India's job. At the same time, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has repeatedly said that this is not an era for war. That signal goes out very effectively. Peace pays rich dividends for all. Gaurav Sawant at the Kremlin in Russia for India Today.
The visit is very significant. It is taking place after a gap of 3 years. Russia is now one of very important sources of crude energy resources in India. Also, trade have expanded in other areas. So this visit becomes very important for the leaders to exchange views on all these developments in bilateral relationship, but also other regional and international issues of mutual interest.
भारतीय समुदाय को क्या उम्मीद है प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी से, क्योंकि वो भारतीय समुदाय को भी यहाँ संबोधित करेंगे?
देखिए, हम लोगों को बहुत उम्मीद है। सबसे बड़ी है जो हमारी जो आह्वान थी कि प्रधानमंत्री जी और पुतिन जी बैठ करके कम से कम रूपी रूबल ट्रेड पर एक बार बात करें, क्योंकि इसके बगैर जो है हमारा ट्रेड जो है रुका हुआ है। उसके बगैर कोई अच्छी तरीके से जो हम आगे कर सकते हैं, जो बड़े ट्रेड को बढ़ा सकते हैं, वो नहीं हो पा रहा है। और ये मुद्दा काफ़ी दिनों से बढ़ता चला जा रहा है। मेरे ख्याल से केवल मोदी जी और पुतिन इसको सॉल्व कर सकते हैं। अगर ये हो जाता है तो हमारा जो कल्चर भी बढ़ेगा, बिजनेस बढ़ेगी और सारी चीज़ें उसके साथ साथ चलेंगी, क्योंकि रूपी रूबल ट्रेड जरूरी है।
Something has happened this time. I cannot tell you. The whole Russia is talking about is more exciting. You can say everybody's excited. Everybody knows about this thing. Russian media has been covering it very positively, and it's again the proud moment for the Russians, because Prime Minister is coming for the first bilateral visit after his third time coming to the power. So it talks too much for Russia, and Russian sees this is one more milestone in their friendship.
हम तो बिल्कुल बहुत सालों से इंतजार कर रहे हैं कि माननीय हमारे प्रधानमंत्री जी रसिया में आए। ये भारत और रसिया के बीच में और ज्यादा मधुरता लाएगा। वो यहाँ पे आएंगे तो हमें बहुत ज्यादा खुशी है कि हमारे प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी यहाँ पे आ रहे हैं, तो बहुत ज्यादा हम उनका वेट कर रहे हैं।
बहुत अच्छी बात होगी इंडिया और रशिया के रिलेशनशिप बढ़ाने के लिए, और काफ़ी टाइम के बाद यहाँ पर उनका आना हुआ है। पहले कई सालों पहले वो आए थे, कोविड के पहले आए हुए थे। तो मुझे लगता है अभी इस वॉर सिचुएशन को लेके बहुत कुछ अच्छा ही, कुछ पॉजिटिव होने वाला है यूक्रेन और इसके वॉर को लेके।
I'm very proud of it because I'm a yoga teacher, and it's connecting dancing, yoga, and when I can do something for make responsible for the Indian people, for the Indian country, for me it's like I'm honored.
We are going to perform in front of Prime Minister, and it's a big honor for us. And we are going to perform our dance, which called Paripahi. So we are going to perform, and we are really exciting about it, and we're waiting for applause and support from audience.
I'm learning Kathak dance for maybe 7 years, and I'm happy that finally I can present this beautiful, my favorite art form in front of Narendra Modi, and I'm happy that this event is happening, that Narendra Modi is visiting Moscow, and it means that relationship between two my beloved countries are really strong.
Right, so you're listening to different voices and how this political situation is going to be. On the ground is Gaurav Sawant already. He's now joining me live in the first up. Gaurav, good morning. So let's talk about the diaspora, because there's always this sort of event that is organized. They look forward to Prime Minister Modi's visit as well. What is the mood there in the diaspora?
The Indian diaspora is extremely excited about Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to Russia. Prime Minister Modi is quite well respected in this part of the world, not just by the Indian community, which of course thinks that their pride, their respect goes up, and we've interacted with some of them. You'll be listening to that conversation. But apart from that, the Russians respect Prime Minister Narendra Modi for taking an independent foreign policy which is in India's national interest. You'd recall Russian President Vladimir Putin has spoken about that very extensively, that Prime Minister Narendra Modi is a nationalist. He thinks of his nation first, and he only acts in the interest of his nation. The fact that India has taken crude oil from Russia at discounted prices through this period, and then exported some of it to the other parts of the world, that's kept oil prices down globally and helped India and kept India in good stead. All of that is not missed by Russia, it's not missed by India, it's not missed by the Indian diaspora here. Their engagement is also increasing extensively here. Russia-India people-to-people ties are also increasing. But are they at the level where they should be in a country where the engagement has been extremely warm since India's independence, from the times of, Khrushchev and Bulganin and Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru through 1971 treaty that then Prime Minister Indira Gandhi had signed a peace treaty with Russia, and to these times, this relationship has only become stronger with every passing decade. The effort is to take it to the next level, from people to government and business to business.
Gaurav, I do have a specific question in mind. You've been talking about, of course, how the political alliance and friendship is going to turn out to be. But if there's been one issue, that's been of Russian crude oil, isn't it? The discount over it. How do you think the arrangements will continue despite objections from the Western world that's constantly been harping on why did India go ahead with the discounted crude oil price?
India has been buying that discounted crude from Russia because it serves India's purpose. And as Prime Minister Narendra Modi and External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar have repeatedly said that it's not only helped India, it's actually helped keeping global crude prices down. Because if India wasn't taking that oil from Russia for India's use and of course to refine it and then export it to the world, oil prices would have shot up globally, and global economy that's anyways facing tremendous headwinds would have faced even more problems. So that is why buying that crude from Russia has helped India. It's helped Russia, and it's actually helped to keep the global economy on an even keel. India intends to keep it at that level, but how does this move forward? Because that rupee-ruble imbalance, that trade imbalance is tremendous, and efforts are being made to address that as best as possible. In a short term, there is a situation there, but in the long term, an effort is being made to see how Russia can invest more in India using that money, or what are other ways. Then trade relationship, how is that taken forward? You know, that Vladivostok-Chennai corridor, the Mumbai-Moscow corridor, multiple other trade routes and linkages that both the countries are seeking, newer areas of engagement that two countries are seeking. So all of this will be a part of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit here, and there is also a diaspora engagement that the Prime Minister has, which is something that the Indian community here is really looking forward to.
All right, I appreciate you joining us, Gaurav, and looking forward to your coverage from Moscow and specifically what will be the conclusion of it. Thank you very much.